Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the persons of Master Fard Muhammad. And I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed thine exalted Christ. And I furthermore indeed bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder, leader, teacher, and guide. I greet you all in the nation greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Brother Albert Muhammad and the Let Us Make Man family, as always, we thank you all for your continuous support. We thank you for taking the time to click on our videos. We thank you for reading our posts. We could never thank you enough. I want to take a brief moment of your time to address a couple of different points in this particular session. Originally, our goal was to appeal to rap artists The Game and Meek Mill. However, due to current circumstances and the genocides we are facing, Allah has directed me into another direction. So, real briefly, to The Game and rap artist Meek Mill. Just in case you may not be aware, I just want to simply share with you and let you know that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan loves you. He has taught us how to love you. You meaning our brothers and sisters in the rap world, in the industry. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has told us, and not just us per the Nation of Islam, but the world, that this generation, The Game, Meek Mill, Brother Albert Muhammad, this generation is the greatest generation ever produced by the children of the slaves. Inside sources has informed us that there has been a serious attempts in meetings and conversations with certain figures, with the rapper The Game and Meek Mill, to quarrel or settle their differences. So with that being said, we just wanted to make that simple point and real brief behind the fact that our original intentions was to appeal to rap artist Meek Mill and The Game. However, I want to share something with you, family. I want to share something with you. Oftentimes, when we come before our people on behalf of the Let Us Make Man family, our goal is the plight of the black community. We do our best to stay away from religious ideologies, theologies, and philosophies in respect to everyone's belief system. But I want to share a few things with you. Do you mind? Do you mind? This message is directed straight to my brothers and sisters in the field, in the highways and in the byways, in the streets of America. I pray, Almighty God, Allah, Jesus, Moses, Jah, Jehovah, whomsoever that you pray to, that Allah puts on your heart to receive and understand this little simple message. In the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 5, it reads, "Behold, I'm going to send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the grateful and dreadful day of the Lord. Behold, I am going to send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord." In the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 31, it reads, "The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and dreadful day of the Lord." The book of Joel, chapter 2. "The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and dreadful day of the Lord." Huh? The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. Jesus said, "Think not that I have come to bring peace, but the sword dripping with blood." I wanted to share those 3 verses or scriptures with you in light of what we're facing, in light of the genocides that we're facing in 2016. The world is watching from Zimbabwe, New Zealand, Cuba, Mexico. The entire world has eyes on the black man in America. And everyone is puzzled. How could such genocides take place in the greatest government on the planet? But the scripture says, according to the Holy Quran, when they plan, Allah is the best of planners. In my opening, I said, I bear witness, there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the persons of Master Fard Muhammad. Then I said, I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed thine exalted Christ. And I went on to say, I bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder, leader, teacher, and guide. That was in my opening. But what are you saying, brother? What I'm saying to you, family, is this. When you look at the book of Malachi, the book of Joel, and you look at the book of Matthew pertaining to the the verses that I just read to you, God came in 1930. He didn't send a prophet He came himself, seeking and searching for that which was lost. Right? And he searched until he found that one. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And from 1931 to 1975, the honorable Elijah Muhammad piped to Black America in the world. But we heed not. Now you are in the hour of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. You're in the hour where the sun has turned black and the moon is dripping with blood. The moon is full of blood. You're in the hour when Jesus said, "Think not that I've come to bring peace, but a sword dripping with blood." We at a point, family, as you and I speak, and as the world tune in to America's media outlets, and the assassination of black men and women is completely out of control. This is a design plan by this crafted beast, this wicked government. This was designed and structured to do exactly what it's to do. This is why they portrayed it, black youth all over the world, as a menace to society. So when they begin their extermination process, there will be no grievance from the world. You mean to tell me there's laws against overkills when you go hunting? You mean to tell me that a football player could jeopardize his career for standing for what he believed to be true, but the life of a black man has no value? And did our sisters come up with a hashtag, Black Lives Matter? That's all it was at the time. But it's not the fact that the hashtag is what upsets white people and 35% of Negroes. It's the principle that when you say Black Lives Matter, you put value on something that was devalued by the most wickedest government on the planet and her judicial system. We all was in Jubilee when we saw the first black president take office 8 years ago. We all just believed that change was gonna come. Look at the changes that came in the black community. In 2015, the president of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama, signed a law called Blue Alert Bill. This Blue Alert Bill gives the United States law enforcement agencies the sole right to move on anyone that threatens the life of a police officer after an infraction that took place that year in the city of New York. Where's the law for black life, Mr. President? Before I begin to do this session, I was tuned in to the president's current speech in D.C. in commemorating it and acknowledging the new Black History Museum being open in D.C. And as he began to talk, he began to go down memory lane, calling off names. Oprah Winfrey, Quincy Jones, Dr. King, Muhammad Ali. All these names that he called out. Right? Never did he mention the state of Black America right now. Never did he mention anything about the Department of Justice doing anything to curtail and resolve this problem in Black America. Never did he mention that. Right? So what we're saying, family, we're in that hour of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And we're losing. I watched the video of the woman pleading with the police not to shoot her husband, telling them he doesn't have a gun. He just took his medication. He suffers from some sort of disorder. She gave them the description, but they heed her not. See, because their motive and intention was to kill, and that's what they did. Who can protect us other than us? I'm telling you now, black man and woman in America, you can take it or let it alone. Your only salvation, your only way out is the Nation of Islam under the divine guidance and leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Look what's happening to black people in America. All over the world, as I indicated, people are wondering, trying to figure out what's going on in America. What's going on in American law enforcement and police agencies? That they shoot on sight. And then they sit and cover up their guilt. Criminals, hired mercenaries, trained killers who work for private industries and corporations. We warn our people. We continually warn our people. Unless we unite and come together, this will never stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to end. We choose to believe in a system that time and time again has proven to us she's not equipped, nor was she created to give justice and equality to the children of the slaves. And I want to send a brief message to all those conservative, high horse Negroes. I listened to Don King's introduction of Donald Trump, I wasn't surprised at all. I was disappointed that he would disrespect Michael Jackson, referring to him as a sliding nigger. As Donald Trump sat behind him and chuckled. The three behind Donald Trump was in Jubilee, behind the words of Don King, behind words of Ray Lewis, behind words of Jerry Rice. These people who feel the obligation and need to come and solidify our pain and suffering that's inflicted on us by our open enemies. When I listened to Don King, the first thing came to my mind, family, was how is it that Don King was able to live this long? How is it possible that our people back then didn't handle that situation? That he could come before the world in the plight of our catastrophe and the murder of our men, women, and children, that he would say such a thing. How is that possible? I'm going to tell you how it's possible. When you lose respect for yourself, you lose respect for everything around you, even your people, those that look like you. They have lost respect for the suffering of our people. So they feel glorified when they stand in front of our open enemies and disrespect our people in the manner that they do. But I believe that soon, and very soon, every knee should bow and every tongue should confess. We don't believe in no mystery gods in the Nation of Islam. There is no mystery God. We believe that the original man, the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, is the God of the universe. So therefore, know for a surety, what's done in the dark shall surely come to the light. And we all have to be held, must be held, will be held accountable for what we say and what we do. I just wanted to share our view in light of what we're dealing with, in light of what's happening to black men, women, and children being gunned down by America's law enforcement agencies, while the upper anarchy in her government pretends they're startled, they're shocked. The DA in Tulsa, Oklahoma, decided to bring charges on the officer that just assassinated a black man for no reason at all, only because she had the power and the authority to do it. Same thing in Charlotte. This woman is pleading that they don't shoot. The gun went off at least 3 to 4 shots. 3. Rapid. Right in front of her. mercenary, paid killers in American police force. President Obama didn't mention anything today in his public address, in his commemorating and solidifying the new African American Museum in Washington, D.C. We don't need no damn museum. Hell with that. What we need is to separate and do for self. What we need is to get up out of the bondage of this wicked judicial system that we in. And as long as self-hatred and ignorance prevail over us as a people, our job will become extremely difficult, far more difficult. Behold, the great and dreadful day of the Lord. This is the scriptures they gave our ancestors who couldn't read at the time, was totally unaware of what they were facing. Then they were taught a certain way to keep them submissive. I listened to Killer Mike go off, making valid points here and there. But let me tell you something, brother. Everything that you said pertaining to our will and drive to make sure our people know how to farm, know how to build and separate, we have to do it as a people. Those of us who are well educated and know how to farm, how to do these things, we the ones have to do that. And no, we can't beat this cracker at no physical war right now. But there's a God on the scene. There's a God on the scene. I want to thank those who were able to get on and join your brother. And if you wasn't able to get on and join your brother, the video will be available ASAP, as you know how Facebook does things. But we in that hour now. This white man or this judicial system do not believe in the scriptures as was taught to us. They don't believe that. So you, my people, have to get away from that. You have to get away from that thinking and stop teaching your children that. Separation. Join on to your own kind. Become a member of the 10,000 feelers. Join the Nation of Islam so you can get trained up. Physical PT, spiritual PT, mental PT. So you can get trained properly on how to handle people. How to build our own nation within a nation. Otherwise, this white man is going to throw a carrot in your face behind all these killings to calm you down, that they can continue to control and rule us over the next 1,000 years. Thank you for listening. I leave you as I came before you in the nation. Greeting words of peace in paradise. Assalamu alaikum. Peace, family.